Hi everyone, how are you all doing? Thanks for jumping in and joining me tonight. Just waiting for one of the screens to change here to make sure we are live. Yeah, it looks like someone's answered me, so that's cool. Just my screen and my computer a little bit slow catching up here. We are there. So I hope you all had a great weekend. Been pretty busy on my end again, trying to get my third truck up and running ready. I'm planning for our summer vacation next week. So, or later on this week, I should say. So let's have a look who's jumped in. There's a few in the side chat here already. Yeah. Viheo was in first, Walter, and he's looking forward to this. He's waiting for some 41 mag molds, so he's looking forward to it. Gene jumped on to say hi, but I don't think he's feeling too good. And he said he's going to bug out and have a bit of a nap. So hope you feel better, Gene, and thanks for jumping on. Colt 1927 is out there. Good to see you. Dale Pogue is out there. Thanks for joining us. Tactical Rabbit 308. Always good to see you. Keep going down. Mark Thomas is out there. Good to see you, Mark. Thanks for jumping on. Dale Pogue. Richie B is out there. How you doing, Rich? Oh, well, one guy has jumped in and joined us. Deffer 426. Colt 1927. And I think we're up to date there now. So thanks everybody for jumping on. Really appreciate it. Tonight we're going to talk about 41 mag. I'm almost run out. I've shot nearly everything I've got, so I was going to make some up anyway. So I thought it'd be a quick one tonight to go through the whole process of doing 41 mag, and I can see a few more people are beginning to get 41 mag out there, and yeah, we'll just do that tonight. I got some cast bullets over there. We're gonna go through and do. Hillbilly up has joined us. Good to see you, Hillbilly. Thanks for jumping on. So the last 41 mag I bought, I'm not going to handle it. I'm not going to put my hands near it. So there's a Smith & Wesson Model 57, but this one is a first generation. I believe it's 1967, 68. It came in this original wooden box, and it came in the original cardboard around the wooden box as well. So that's my latest 41 mag I picked up. Stunning condition. The bluing on it is really, really nice. Don't believe it's been shot much. So these rounds we're going to be making are going to be fired through that one. So I'm not going to put my hands anywhere near it, guys. I know people have had issues, so that's what we're loading for tonight. And I know Viheo is going to be drooling over this one. I know he's got a 57, but I think his model 57-7, I think they are, or 6 or 7. I got one of those in the safe as well, but I was really pleased to pick up that first generation one. It's a really nice piece. So before we get into it, again, quick draw tonight. We're going to do some stickers like we always do. And it's going to be hashtag Mac54. And I have switched the counter on, so we're good to go. So we've got a channel sticker, the Mossberg. These nice bright stickers are pretty cool. The Mossberg sticker. I got the FN patch giveaway tonight. My little screwdrivers I always give away. And the pack of magnetic Mac decals. I thought I only had one left. I got 2 left. So it's going to be this one, and I'm going to give a one away in the next show as well. And I got some new ones come in. So there's going to be some new stickers come in. I've ordered a couple of bags up. But these are pretty cool. So those are what we're going to be giving away tonight. So it's going to be hashtag Mac54. That'll get you in the draw for tonight. Let's put those on there for a minute. Get that out of the way. If anybody wants to jump in on the draw, just do that. That'll be great. So I'm not going to be here next week, guys. We're flying to Canada. We're going to the Formula One Grand Prix next weekend. Really looking forward to it. So we're going to spend 3 days at the Formula One Grand Prix, and then we're coming back to Niagara Falls and we're going to have a few nights there, me and my wife. That's going to be our summer vacation this year. And so I'm really looking forward to it. So Formula One first, and then back to Niagara and do some sightseeing up there as well. So that'll be fun. Colt says, I mailed you and Hillbilly some stickers about 2 weeks ago. I think they got lost. No, I think I've had yours, Colt. I haven't done an unboxing on them yet, a mail call on them yet, but let me just check. I think my wife put them out here somewhere. Yeah, I've got 2 envelopes here that I need to open up and go through. I'm not going to get a chance to do them before I go away. So I'll get them done when I come back. So I got 2 packs of stickers here we need to do unboxes on, guys. So I'll leave them up there for when I get back, and I'll do a mail call on those. So thanks for sending them out. I really appreciate it. So tonight, like I said, we're going to talk 41 mag. So I use the Redding dies. We've gone over this before, but I want to do it. And they really do work the brass. For some reason, the Redding dies that I got really does work the brass. So I do anneal them. This is the only pistol round that I actually anneal at the moment. So we're going to go through it. We're going to set up the annealing machine, do a few annealing. We're going to go over, size some bullets, and do the whole process. So I want to move the chair out the way for a minute, and we can move the camera in. So a little bit later on, after I size one of the bullets and one of the cases, you'll understand why I anneal. I know there's different types of sizing dies out there. Some of them you're probably not going to need, but for some reason, the ones that I've got really do work the brass. So you can just switch the annealing machine on. Like I keep all my records. Hopefully you can see that. So it tells me what pilot to use, 41 mag at the bottom. So we need pilot number 10, and we're going to be using a annealing code, and that annealing code 010F. So the machine is set up to go. So this is the actual, should I got this? This is the actual collet or pilot we use, and it's probably one of the smallest ones that I use because most of the rifle cartridges go way down inside. So these have to be up higher. So, but with this brass, because it's short, we just use a very small pilot. So all I want to do is just drop the pilot in, just clip it up, and then on the screen, I'm going to see if I can bring you in so you can see this. On the screen, it's bringing up the modes and everything we need. So we can just hit start to go into Aztec mode. I'm hoping you can see this, guys. So I've already got the code. So it's asking, do I want to run it or do I want to do another analysis? I've already got the analysis code, so I don't need to do it. So run is flashing, so we can just hit start. Use last code or new code. So we're going to go for new code. So we just hit one of the buttons, take us over to new, hit start, and there's a 4 digits coming up. And we need to put in 010F. So 0 is the first one. We can go on to the next one. We need to change that to 1. Next one is going to be 0. And for some reason, where have I gone wrong here? So I've done something wrong here, guys. Let me get out, switch it off, go back in. Sorry about this. Aztec, enter. So we can go in and we can do this. We'll go in and we'll change this to, we'll do an analysis. We can hit that. We're going to put the pilot number in, which is going to be 010, 010. Enter that. And then that is going to be an F. There, hit start, and it's ready to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the check on a piece of brass. So here's an empty case of brass. I need to get a collet to go in there. Just bear with me a second, guys. I'm going to get this collet. So I get the right one here. That's it there. So this is going in here, and then we're going to do an analysis on it, and it'll give me the code. For some reason, I haven't got the right code written down here. So we're going to hit start. It's going to do the process. It's going to go through the whole process of checking the brass. And it's popped up with a code of 0117. If we pull that out, you can see, hopefully you can see how it's burnt and taken 2 little nicks out of the brass. So it's done a full check on it. Get rid of that piece of brass. So it's done a full check on it. It ruins the first piece of brass that you do. It doesn't matter, I got plenty 41 mag, so I'm gonna get rid of that. And then the code is 0117. So that's the actual heat code that we need. And it's flashing up use or go back. We're gonna use that, so we can hit start. And now it's just a matter of popping the case in the pilot, hit start, and there you go, annealed one, and it's done. And you can, hopefully you can see the difference in color on the end where we annealed it. And this works the same on all the rifle brass. It's just a matter of swapping it out, hitting start, changes to red, goes to green, and it's annealed. So you can see with this annealing made perfect machine, it doesn't take long to do annealing. It's basically a second or 2 seconds to do these pieces of brass. And this then takes it back to factory spec. There we go. I'm not going to do too many of those because I got a few dinner. So you can see it takes it all back to factory spec. It softens up the neck. So when we go to size it later, it's all been softened back up. So let me move this around again. I just want to check on the comments. Let me see. Alaskan One Andy has joined us. Good to see you. Thanks for jumping on. I think I said hi to Hillbilly. Oh, well, one guy is out there. Yeah, the AMP annealer, or the Annealing Made Perfect, is a really, really great machine. It's not the cheapest, but I really like it. And Viejo says you can cut 41 mag brass down to use it as 41 special. Richard B is asking, what exactly does that machine do? Okay, so Rich, when you fire a round, mainly on bottleneck cartridges, on rifle cartridges, when you fire it, the brass starts to get hard. It's getting hot and cold, hot and cold. And normally, let's say for argument's sake, this piece of brass, you can reload, say 5 times. And then it'll start to crack because it's gone really hard. It gets really hard to size, and consistency goes as well. By annealing it, it takes it back to factory spec, as if this was a brand new piece of brass straight from the factory, nice and soft. So when you actually size it, you get much more consistency to start with. So you'll get a more consistent grip when you size it. Plus, it'll last double, 3, 4 times as long. So maybe on a bottleneck cartridge, maybe say 308, you can get 10 fire-ins out of it. By annealing after every fire-in, you might get 20, 25, 30. The brass will probably stay good. You lose the size of the primer pockets. So when these primer pockets start to loosen up, then you know that piece of brass is done. But by annealing it every time, it softens it back to factory spec, gives you much more consistency, especially when you're doing rifle loads for precision. You know you're going to get a good consistent on it, and it extends the life of your brass. And you imagine when you're buying 338 LaPo brass at $9, $10 a piece, if you can extend that by 5, 6, 7 shots, it's going to be a big saving. So basically that's what it's doing. And it just heats the brass up to a really hot temperature, let it cool. So you can see this one on this one here has been annealed. And if you look, you can see how the color changes on the top, similar to what a 5.56 round, military round looks like. They've got that, like that discoloring, or should I say, the discoloring around the top where it's been heated up and annealed. So that's what that machine does. It's extending life, and it's also improving your consistency and accuracy on everything that you do. Hopefully that helps. So over here, at the moment, I've got my APP press set up. And all I use this for is sizing my cast bullets. And at the moment, I only have one mold. I have the Lee TL410-210 SWC, 210 grain and a diameter of 410, which is 41 mag. So I've only got one 41 mag mold at the moment. And this is what the cast bullet looks like. Hopefully you can see that. So that's what they're coming out at 200, and I think this one came out at 209.5. These came out at, so they were just under the 210. If you bring that in, you can just see that, hopefully, what it looks like. And at the moment, after, these are a BHN 20. So they're quite heavy, they're quite hard. I've made them a little bit harder because obviously I'm shooting them I want them in a full magnum round. So they're around about a 20 when I made them. I bet you they're even higher now. So coming out of the mold with powder coating on, we're at 4015. Hopefully you can see that, 4015. Most of my 41 mag barrels are all 410. So 1,000 over, we need to size this to 411. So here's the little Lee sizing bush that I use. And if you see on the side, it is a 411. And these only go in one way. If you want to put them in the wrong way into the press, if you can see, but they don't come all the way through, they stay low. So if I turn it round and pop it the other way around, you can see it comes all the way up to the top. So that's the correct way they go in. And then the threaded bar to hold it in place, we just nip that up underneath. And then the push rod's on top. Let me just get my... Just zoom in a little bit on there. So you can see there's the push rod for pushing them through, and just below it, you can see that bushing has come through and it just sits there. And it's just a matter then of just grabbing the bullet you want to size, just dropping it into the sizing die and just pulling it through and sizing it. Just do a couple of these. This AP press has been upgraded to this roller handle, which is really nice instead of the single one. And then with these popping through, we can go in and measure them. And you can see they size to, so I get this to Zoom out so we can get it to focus. There we are at 4011. So at 411. So that's exactly where I want to be. My barrels are 410, 1000 over 411. So let's just go through and just do a couple of these while we're here. So it's just like I said, it's just a matter of dropping them through. They push through and then they sized, and these are now sized down from, what was it, 416 down to 411. So this APP press is great for just sizing, and it's all I use it for. I don't use it. I only bought it for doing this one job, for sizing bullets, because when you make a big batch of bullets up, it's just easy to go through, and you can get them done. You'll get a bunch of them done pretty quickly. So I'll just do a few for now. Out of here. So now we've got that set up. I'm going to take off I got this inline fabrication quick change. So I can just take the APP press off. Comes off in one go. Just put that down on the floor. And then we can bring the Redin P7 up. Pop that into place and just put the wing nuts back in just to lock it down. So at the moment you can see I've got gauges on here for checking the bump when I'm doing my rifle rounds. So it's a matter of putting in, we'll change the head on this while we're here. So with the Redin, it's just one bolt, hold the whole thing down in the middle. So you can just drop an Allen key in there, crack it loose, and then we can just take the bolt out of the middle. If you push down at the back, it squares up the whole tool head, and it's a lot easier unscrewing this bolt, because with the spring and the ball pushing up at an angle, it tends to make that, taking this bolt out, a little bit harder. So just remove the bolt and then remove the little turny handle, and then just lift off the head, being careful not to lose the ball. You can see the ball is actually stuck right there. Where is it? Right there. So I'm just going to make sure I don't lose the ball. Just pull it off, sit it back on the spring on the back, and then remove the bush. Each tool head comes with its own bushing in the middle, which is here. You do not want to swap them around because they are made for each of these tool heads. So when you store these tool heads, you want to store it with the correct bush. And then when you put it all together, you know it's the correct bush. This thing here is the correct one for the tool head. So when you drop this on, you want to do it nice and careful, because there's a spring in the ball at the back. You just want everything to drop down and then push that ball and spring into the press, just like that. Hold a little bit of weight on it. Let's line it up. And then we can put the nut all the way back down. As far as you can go. Keep pressure on the back of the tool head. It makes it easy to screw it in. Just the Allen key, put it in and just give it a snug up. It doesn't have to be super tight. Get rid of the Allen key for now. And then you're back with a little rod into one of the holes, and there you go, all set up, ready to go. Let me just check the comments again, guys, before we go on any further. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Tommy Boy has joined us. Good to see you, Tommy. I think we've seen you for a little while, but good to see you back on here. Just going down. See if anybody else jumped in here. And it's hashtag Mac54 just to jump on the prize draw tonight, guys. James Pollard's out there, good to see you. Mark Trapping and Outdoors is out there, good to see you. And I think we're back up there. Okay, I'll try and keep an eye on these comments. Oh, M. Gabriel has jumped in as well, good to see you. Glad you could join us. Drink. I'll bring my phone over here so we can keep an eye on them. Okay. So I got 41 mag, I got the sizing die, I got the expander die, I've got a seating die, and I got the crimp die. And most of these are all set up, ready to go. I only have one bullet at the moment that I can use, so we don't have to adjust anything. So it's already set up, but I just want to show you. So with a normal piece of brass, all smooth all the way up before it's sized. So sizing with these dies is quite heavy. So hopefully you can see now. So if you look at the top 1/4 inch, so it sized the brass all the way down, but my Redding dies step that top 1/4 inch quite a bit. It does actually pull it in quite a bit right around here. And hopefully you can see that on the camera. And I'm going to measure them. So down here, I've got a measurement of 4.31. 4.31. And then if I come up the top, I'm at 4.21. So there's 10 thou difference just on that top side. So this is why I anneal my 41 mag brass, because I want to extend the life of it. And because these Redding dies really do work this brass, I like to anneal them, soften them up, keeps everything consistent, and I'm going to get a lot of use out of the brass as well. Walter says it makes it look like a 4440 brass. Yes, it does. But it's definitely a 41 mag. And I did call Redding about this. I spoke to some of the guys in customer service, really helpful guys, and they said exactly that. This is how it works for their 41 on this particular die they use. So that seating die is correct for what it does. So, okay. So we'd have it sized. The next part would be the expander, which is just going to put a little bit of flare on the top. Which hopefully you can see, it just flares the very top piece. And then if I get it sized, so this one is not quite going in. So I want to adjust this down, this expander, just a little bit more, put a bit more flare on it. So it sits in. So it's going in, but I think it's going to rub a little bit. So I just want a little bit more. Clamp it back down. Okay, so now I put just a touch more flare on the top. It hasn't expanded where we've done that 1/4 inch step. It's just flare in the top. And now the bullet is sitting in. A little bit tight, but I think we're going to be good. We'll send one down and make a dummy round and make sure that there's no scuffing on there. So again, there's no primer in here, guys, no powder. This is going to be a dummy round that we make up. So let me just go to the cast book and get a measurement. So it's saying we can go to 1.570. 1.570. So we'll turn to the seat. I'm going to turn the seat-in die out a little bit just in case it hasn't moved. We're going to slide it up nice and slow till it stops and back out. Okay, so you can see we've got quite a bit more to go, but I just wanted to show you that we have no scuff in. It is not taking any of that powder coat off. Look, there's no build-up between the top of the case and the bullet, so it's not scuffing at all. So we can turn this down a little bit and then measure again. Forgot what I said I wanted it to be. 1.570. 1.570. So we're looking for 1.570, and you can see where we're not anywhere near there yet. We're at 1.6, so it needs to go quite a bit more. So we can turn this down a little bit more. We're still at 1.610. Now we're at 1.593. So we're getting close to the 1.570. So now we're just going to do little turns. 1.585. A little bit more again. And there you go, 1.575. And it has fallen right. You can actually, hope you can see that. It's falling in line with a band right at, I think it's the top band, the top little groove in the bullet is where the brass is sitting. So we've got something to grip into. So that's going to be perfect there. So again, all you need to do is bring the bullet back up into the seat-in die, holding the adjusting stem and just tighten up the lock ring by hand, and it's good to go. Then we can go round to the crimp die, bring it up, and there we go. So with this one, looking at it, I want probably not looking at it's okay. I probably could go a bit heavier with this, but because it squeezed this neck down when we saw this, the die sizing this neck all the way down to 1/4 of an inch, it's got plenty of bite on it. So I think that grip, I think that crimp is going to be suffice for what we need. I don't think I need to go any more. If you felt a little bit uncomfortable, you wanted a little bit more, you could go a bit more. And the test would be to load up 6, put it all in the revolver, shoot 5, and then come back and measure the last one to see if it's moved in or out at all while you fired the other 5. And with them being full magnum loads, they'll move. If there's any looseness, they will definitely move. So there you go. That's a dummy round made up. No primer, no powder, just a dummy round. So we'll go through and do one more. So another dummy round. There's no primer. There's going to be no powder. So again, the first one, we're just going to go through, size it. You can see it's pretty heavy to size because it's doing that, squeezing that top in. You could probably lube them a little bit if you wanted to, but it's just a little bit heavier to size than normal. So the sizing is done. Round to the next station where we can expand. A little bit of expansion on there. Another bullet that's been sized to 0.411, which is 1,000 over my barrel size. We're just going to sit that square on the brass as we can get it, and then size it up And again, you can see there's no scuffing. It hasn't pulled any of the paint off. And then we can go in and measure. And we're at 1.575, what it's calling for. Again, this is a dummy round. And we'll bring this up into the crimp die. And set the crimp. And there you go. Another dummy round made up. No primer, no powder, just a dummy round. So what we'll do as well, to finish off tonight, is we're going to do a powder charge, but we're not going to make it on here. We do a powder charge over on the red in powder charge over there, but we won't be making a complete bullet up. You made the dummy round up, so you can imagine if this was primed and powder, all you'd be doing is seating the bullet, crimping, and you'd have a completed round. But no completed round here, just dummy round. Sorry, I got to keep repeating this, guys, but it's just we've got to be so careful with YouTube that we don't want to break any regulations. I know I go over it all the time, but we just need to stick within their guidelines. So anybody who joined us late, if they want to jump in on the draw tonight, it's hashtag Mac54. That'll get you in the draw. Got some stickers and some magnets and stuff to give away. Okay, so here's the red in powder drop that I use. Just make a bit of room here. I'm going by this grain of bullet. If we go, we're going to use H110, one of my favorite pistol powders for Magnum loads. And it's telling us, and this is in the Lineman Cast Bullet Handbook, so it's well within the levels for cast bullets. It says minimum 19.3, maximum 21.5. So as long as we're above 19.3 and we can go out and test these rounds, we're going to be good to go. So with the red in dropper, all we're going to do, like I said, we're going to be using H110. Let's get some in the hopper. Tip it in slowly so you're not making any mess. You seal the container back up, and always put the container you're using behind whichever powder scale measure you're using, so you know exactly where everything is. So I want to get my scales. And I need... So what we're going to do first is we're just going to cycle a bunch of powder through the machine to get it stabilized before we actually do a drop. So I want to zero the machine with this funnel panel. So I'll try and move this around so everybody can see. So we're there and we're all the zeros. If I bring this like this, you might be able to see both in one go. Okay. So we can bring it over, cycle around, and measure. And we're at 9.02. And we need to be at 19.3. So you can see we have quite a way to go. So loosen out the lock screw here. Just turn that out. And then the micrometer adjustment, we can start turning that down. Probably going to go a little bit because we need quite a bit of powder in here. So again, just cycle the machine a few times. Just have the pan underneath. So you can cycle it. Drop the powder back in the top. Quickly paste that back on. We're all zero. Hopefully you can see that. And then we can do our drop. 12.46. So we still need to go quite a bit. So let's bring that down a bit more. Cycle it round. And this is the Redin 10X. If any of you are wondering which one it is, this is the 10X. 15.5. So again, we can just keep on going. Hopefully I've got enough adjustment to get enough powder out of this one. $18.78, 18.8, so we're almost there. So a little turn. Again, we're going to cycle it through. Keep just checking that you're all at zeros. Out a little bit there this time. Make sure there's no powder anywhere. Okay, something's... There we go. There was a little bit of powder on the top. I wiped it off and we're good. So I can take that off, pop it back on, and we're at zero. $19.60. So it says 19.3 to 21.5. So we're a couple of grains over the minimum, but that's fine. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back in. Make sure the pan is at zero. Lock the lock screw up. And let's just do another drop. $19.60. So hopefully you can see that it's 6064. So that last digit isn't too critical because it's such a small measurement. And all you want to do then is put the cap back on, and then the machine is ready to go to do some powder dropping. So Bamba Dad has joined us. Good to see you. Chad Kelly's out there. Toy Town Inc. is out there. Good to see you. M. Gabriel, I think I said hi to you earlier. And I think we might have everybody there. I think I said hi to everybody. So hashtag Mac54 tonight, guys. Get you in the draw. And we have only 8 entries. I don't know if any of you want to jump on tonight and do the draw for the stickers and the magnets. If not, not a problem. But if you just want to put in hashtag Mac54, that'll get you in the draw for tonight. Quick drink. So over here, these are all primed, ready to go. These have been annealed, and I did clean them after annealing them, but they haven't been sized yet, so we'll be doing that. So with this Redin, it's a matter of just sliding a piece of brass under the unit. Let me just zoom out a little bit so you can see this better, guys. Okay, so we can just go in with this and just a quick up and down, up and down, up and down. And there you go. So you can have a look. Hopefully you can see those bottom 6. Just go over and make sure you can see there's powder in all of them. None of them are excessively high. They're all roughly in the same place. So I'm just going to run through and do 6, and then we can take them over, and then we can seat the bullets, crimp them, and they're good to go. But I can't do the whole process tonight, guys, so that's just going to be what we can do. So you saw us sizing them, we saw us annealing them, changing the machine around from AP to the Reading T7. We did some sizing of the bullets to get them to 411, sort of 1,000 above the size of my barrels. So they're 411s. Saw us making a couple of dummy rounds up, and then measuring everything, checking it. And the only thing I didn't do, which we can do now, is get my 41 mag case gauge out and pop them in and check them. And last time we did this, we had exactly the same issue using the Ellie Wilson case gauge. They go in all the way down, but they're not quite seating all the way in. But when we put them in the cylinder of the pistol, they are perfect. If I push this down a little bit, it just pops in. You can see it just popped in there. So they're just a little bit tight going in all the way down. You can see it just sits there. Give it a little push and it sits in. And last time we did these bullets, it was exactly the same. This gauge seems to be very tight. But when we chamber this in the cylinder, they're perfect and they shoot perfect at this size. So I think me and Walter talked about it. He seems to have some of the issues. Sometimes those Ellie Wilson case gauges are a little bit tight, and they don't always go down in there. They just sit on the top a little bit. So, but as long as they chamber in the pistol and you have no issues, you're going to be fine with that as well. You can see Gene is still out there. Hope you're feeling okay, Gene. He says he's feeling a bit crappy. Hopefully he's not hungover. So just a quick reminder of what we had tonight with everybody on. So we had a few stickers to give away. So we had the channel sticker, the Mossberg nice bright stickers, the FN patch that I had. Let's pop them over there. We've got the little screwdriver with a magnet on it, and of course I have the magnetic pack. Pretty cool. Like I said, I thought I only had one of these left. I got two, so next time I do a show in 2 weeks, we'll give the last one away, and the next time I give magnets away, there'll be a different type. So if any of you have got these, I got some new ones come in, so there'll be the new ones come in next time. So just bear with me for one more draw, and then we'll have some new stickers. And I'm looking at finding some other things to give away as well, some other goodies as well. So once I come back from vacation, we can get in and do that. So hashtag Mac54, guys. I'm going to go in and we're going to set up this draw. So we can do a shared screen. So if anybody wants to jump in right at the end, just put hashtag Mac54, share the screen, giveaway, share. Okay, so good luck, everybody. We're going to spin this one up. And Bambadad. Congratulations, Bambadad. I will get those things sent out to you. I believe I do have your details here. Let me check in my address book. Yes, I got all your details, so you don't need to send them through. So congratulations, Bambadad. Let me get a bit of paper and write your name down so I know where they're going. I got a mind like a sieve, guys. I got so much going on at the moment. If I don't write stuff down, it's gone. Okay, so Bambadad, I'll get them packed up. I'm going to pack them up tonight because I'm going away. I'll be away for the rest of the week, so I'm going to get them in the post tonight for you. Well, tomorrow morning, I should say. So stop screen. Cool. So if there's any questions, anything you've seen tonight, guys, just throw them up there quickly. We'll have a little chat, 5-10 minutes, and then we'll call it a night. So like I said, I'm away. There'll be no show with me next Monday. I'm going to be in Canada. We're going up to Montreal first, flying into Buffalo, hiring a car, driving to Montreal to watch the Formula One. Really excited about it. I love my Formula One, like a lot of you already know. So we're going to go watch the Formula One Grand Prix, and then we're going to be driving back and spending a few nights in Niagara. It's been about 20 years since we've been to Niagara, and me and my wife are really looking forward to it. Let me just look at this. Sorry. I've had 2 letters. It looks like one's come from CW and I got a Robert Smith. So I'm not sure, Bamba. Who asked me, did I get their letter? Oh, Tactical Rabbit 308. I can't remember your names, guys. Yes, I did, Tactical. Thank you so much. It's up there. I haven't opened it and done a mail call on it. I'll do it when I come back. But yes, I've had your letter. Thank you so much. So yeah, so we're going to spend a few days in Niagara. We've got a hotel, excuse me, a hotel pretty high up. I think we're on the 60th or 70th floor of the hotel, looking straight out over the falls. We booked a really nice room for our summer vacation. And yeah, we can't wait. Really looking forward to it. G23 has jumped in. Good to see you, G. Thanks for joining us. And so yeah, so there'll be no show. So if one of the other guys that wants to jump on and take my slot for next week, they're welcome to it. It's a 6 o'clock start Arizona time. I think that's 9 o'clock Central, is it? Or Eastern, whatever. I'm not 100% sure. And yeah, if someone wants to jump in and just do an extra show, they can. If they don't, everybody can have a night off. But I'll be back in 2 weeks, so it's just the one Monday I'll be missing, guys. Hillbilly says the light show in Niagara is really cool at night. Yeah, we'll be checking that out as well. And they're saying next week or next weekend you're going to be able to see the Northern Lights again. Apparently they're coming round again. You're going to be able to see them. So with us being up north a little bit, I'm hoping to see them. I still haven't seen any of the Northern Lights, and I'm really looking forward to it. So if I have a chance to see them on a clear night, it'll be a bonus. A few guys out there saying 8 Central and 9 Eastern. Thank you, Dale. Yeah, looks like a few enjoyed the show tonight. Hillbilly saying 8 Central is when you start here as well. So, yeah. So, I put a few videos out over the weekend, guys. I put 4 out, I believe. They're on, the smaller versions of them are on YouTube. And the full versions I put across onto Rumble. I mounted a red dot onto my Canuck TTI Combat. So there's only a little bit of that on YouTube. It's all the full installation is on Rumble. I also put a Monstrum Hornet scope onto my Ruger Precision 22 mag rifle. Again, the full version of that is on Rumble. What else did I put up? I put the FN. I picked up a new FN. I managed to pick up an FN Scar 20S, that 308 model, which came in on consignment to one of my gun stores. Guys kept it for me, and I ended up buying it. It's a beautiful rifle, less than 10 rounds through it. It's got a Night Force scope. It's got a custom stock on it, nice bipod, Arca rail and everything on it. It's a real nice piece of equipment. I've been waiting to get an FN Scar for a long time. So I finally picked up that FN Scar. So that one's out there as well. I need to look. I can't remember. I got to look. I'm sure there was another one I put out there as well. Let me just go into my channel quickly. The FN Scar. Oh, and we did the unboxing. So we did an unboxing on the Hornet, the Monstrum Hornet scope as well. So an unboxing on the rifle, an unboxing on the scope. I can't see. Maybe I haven't uploaded the rifle, the mount in the scope on there yet. I can't see it unless it was pulled down. I don't know, but I don't think so. Maybe I have to have a look and load that up. So there was 4 videos up there if you want to check them out, guys, on Macman 039 Reloading. And it's the same name for Rumble. I'm using Macman 039 Reloading in Rumble as well. So if you want to go and see the full versions, just pop over there and you can have a look at those. Willie Morano, I don't know if I said hi to you. Hi, Willie. Good to see you. So that's about it tonight, guys. It was just another quick one. Like I said, I like to keep them to about an hour, around an hour. And we did the prize giveaway, and Pamba Dad won tonight, so that's great. So yeah, huge thanks for joining me again. I hope you enjoyed the show. I love doing these shows. When you guys stop enjoying them, it'll probably be my time to stop doing them. But at the moment, we're all flying. We're enjoying it. It's good fun. And I'm really looking forward to my little vacation time off with the wife. My daughter and my son-in-law's coming for the first 4 days. They're coming to the Grand Prix to watch the race. And then they're going to be heading home. And like I said, me and my wife are staying on a few more days just to enjoy Niagara and have some time off. So there you go. That's about it, guys. So huge thanks to everybody for jumping on. I really appreciate it. I enjoyed it again tonight. So everybody be safe. And hopefully you can have as good a time next week as I'm having. So thanks, everyone. I really appreciate you all. And we will catch you on the next. Good night, everyone.